Long ago, in the quiet countryside of California, an old woman lived on a small, aging farm. The fields around it had once been full of life, golden corn, busy animals, and the laughter she shared with her husband. For decades, the two of them had worked side by side, building their home with sweat, love, and patience. But after her husband passed away, everything changed. Silence filled the house where laughter once lived. Her hands weakened, her knees ached, and each step became slower than the last. Her daughter and son-in-law moved in, promising to help her, but their promises melted quickly. Her daughter had become sharp-tongued, impatient, and easily angered. Her son-in-law was even worse, lazy, careless, and uninterested in working. He slept through most of the day, waking only to complain. The old woman tried to help where she could, cooking, sweeping, feeding the chickens, but she grew more tired each day. One cold night, while she lay awake listening to the wind, she heard the couple whisper in the dark. "If we continue like this, we'll starve," the son-in-law muttered. The daughter replied, "Mother has become a burden. She must leave. We need this house for ourselves." Those words pierced the old woman's heart. The next morning, she woke to loud noises. When she stepped outside, she found her clothes, blankets, shoes, everything she owned, thrown carelessly onto the dirt. Her daughter stood there with a cold expression. "Mother, you have to leave," she said without looking at her. The old woman's hand shook. "This is my home," she whispered. But the door slammed shut in her face. She sat on the steps until evening, crying softly, abandoned by the very child she had raised. But fate had not forgotten her. What the young couple didn't know was that she and her husband had saved money over many years, keeping it hidden in a stone box near the old corral. They had planned it as emergency savings, never expecting she would one day use it alone. That night, guided by moonlight and determination, she walked to the corral. With trembling hands, she pushed the stones aside and uncovered the box. Inside were the savings of an entire lifetime. Tears streamed down her face, this time from relief. With that money, she decided to rebuild her life. She walked to the next village. A kind farm family recognized her and welcomed her inside. They offered her warm food, hot tea, and a small room to rest in. They listened to her story with gentle hearts. The next morning, she asked if there was land for sale. "Yes," they said. She bought a good piece of land with fertile soil and sunlight. Neighbors helped her build a sturdy wooden house. She planted corn, raised chickens, and slowly created a peaceful life for herself. A young neighbor boy frequently helped her with chores. He was polite, hardworking, and more caring than her own family had ever been. Meanwhile, her daughter and son-in-law struggled. Laziness consumed them. Their home fell apart, the yard grew wild with weeds, and their days filled with arguments and frustration. They still believed the old woman had died somewhere with nothing. One day, the son-in-law wandered far, searching for a job. Exhausted and hungry, he reached a beautiful new farm and knocked on the door. It opened, and he froze. "You?" he whispered. "Yes," the old woman said calmly. Desperate, he asked for work. "I have no food and no money," he said. She agreed to hire him but gave him one condition. "You must never tell my daughter that this farm belongs to me." He agreed instantly. He worked hard, and she treated him fairly. Each day she asked only one question. "How is my daughter?" "She's fine," he lied. One morning, suspicious, the daughter followed him. When she saw the large, thriving farm, her eyes widened with jealousy. She stormed into the yard and found her mother standing strong. "You have all this while I suffer," she screamed. "When you finish shouting, then we can talk," the old woman replied quietly. The daughter demanded money, land, anything she could take. The old woman handed her only a few coins and closed the door. The couple wasted the money quickly and eventually sold their own house and land. They believed they would inherit the new farm after the old woman's death. But the old woman had written her will long before. "My farm will go to the young boy who helped me when I had no one. My daughter will receive nothing." When the old woman passed away, the village buried her with honor. Her daughter and son-in-law arrived to claim the farm, but the neighbors told them the truth. Everything now belonged to the boy who had shown her kindness. Humiliated and defeated, the couple left the village. No one ever saw them again. And the lesson is simple. Life may break you. People may betray you. But you can rise again. Your worth is not defined by those who mistreat you. Kindness grows. Greed destroys. Choose strength. Choose dignity. Choose your own path forward.